They need to finish out the 2024 budget, they have money they want spent over the next month. There is so much they are pushing for to make happen. So much good is going on right now, militia man, I totally agree. Look at the port of 4, and the non-oil revenue streams in Iraq. And currency transactions with Turkey, they would have to be Article 8 compliant. And look at the development road project. But Iraq still needs to show its people its real effective exchange rate, marks, so many things are finally coming together. Saleh on TV saying Iraq is strengthening its gold reserves as asset diversification. Frank, it's an incredible amount. Prime Minister, we adhered to the goal of completing the Greater FAW as the gateway to Greater Iraq. He explained that this project has actually entered into the knots and paths of global trade and transport routes, which pass through the Middle East region, which has great strategic importance for global trade. I usually try to pick out the most important article of all for the news period. This article tops them all today, and all I can say is wow. 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 Iraq must now put on its big boy pants and be the economic supergiant it is destined to be. They are doing it right in front of our noses. Spain confirms cooperation with Iraq to establish Basra Sharm el-Sheikh railway line. Quote, Spain confirmed on Thursday its strong support for Iraq's strong return to the World Trade Organization and its efforts to do so, while indicating that cooperation with Iraq is not limited to railways, but rather in other fields, and there are joint projects. You should know you have no tax obligation just because you invest or hold foreign currency or the Iraqi dinar. You must create a taxable event before you are taxed. A taxable event is selling or trading your currency for a loss or a profit. Advisor to the Prime Minister, the government is able to increase spending without inflation of fiscal deficit. They have a sound economy, and letting us know they are stable. Shabibi said to give him a stable Iraq and he would give them a new rate. Dr. Shabibi was looking for the start of a year or at the start of a quarter. That's why November and December to me is the time frame to show and reveal everything in the manner that Sadoni just did, by confessing to Iraqi citizens that your currency is going to be so powerful very soon, and then compares your currency to Kuwait. All of these things Sadoni has ever dreamed about giving Iraqi citizens is now in his hands. He has the power. Sadoni is trying to tell you, get ready with our banks. Just to clarify, there will be no electronic background checks in the United States for those doing exchanges of dinar for USD. In the United States, we have a system where banks are required to report suspicious activities to the Financial Crimes Enforcement Network, FinCEN, under the Bank Secrecy Act, BSA. A SAR, Suspicious Activity Report, is a tool used to monitor suspicious activities that would not ordinarily be flagged under other reports. Banks who are coordinated with the Iraqi government for the exchange event will know that the exchange money is clean and clear, meaning it is not coming from clandestine sources like terrorist organizations. In a newspaper column a while ago, we explained the concept of deleting zeros, and today we are talking about the concept of currency revaluation, which means a calculated upward adjustment of a country's official exchange rate relative to a chosen baseline, which can include wage rates, the price of gold, or a specific foreign currency, and revaluation is the opposite of devaluation. In a fixed exchange rate system, the system followed by Iraq, only a decision from the state, the central bank, can change the official value of the currency, and developing economies are likely to use a fixed exchange rate system in order to limit speculation and provide a stable monetary system in the country. In a flexible exchange rate system, revaluation occurs on a regular basis, as evidenced by the noticeable fluctuations in the foreign exchange market, and the associated exchange rates. For example, the United States maintained a fixed exchange rate until 1973, when President Richard Nixon decided to abandon the gold standard and switch to a flexible exchange rate system. As for China, despite having an advanced economy, its currency remained fixed until 1994, before the Chinese government revalued its currency in 2005, which was linked to the US dollar. After the revaluation, it was linked to a basket of global currencies. The decision to revalue a domestic currency affects the economy as a whole, as it affects both the currency being examined and the valuation of assets held by foreign companies in that particular currency. Since revaluation has the potential to change the exchange rate between two countries and their currencies, the book values of assets held abroad may have to be adjusted to reflect the effect of the change in the exchange rate. For example, suppose a foreign government has set 10 units of its currency to equal $1. To revalue its currency, the government might change the rate to 5 units per dollar, making its currency twice as expensive when valued in US dollars as it was before.